Welcome back, deep divers. If you're anything like me, you're all about maximizing your time and effort. You want that shortcut to understanding, right?
Absolutely. Cut through the noise, get right to the core of what matters.
Exactly. And today we're diving deep into something that impacts every single one of us, health and fitness.
But here's the twist. We're not talking about those hardcore workout routines or super restrictive diets.
Nope. Today we're exploring the often overlooked power of simple, everyday habits. Think of it as unlocking a healthier you, one small step at a time.
So buckle up, deep divers. We're about to debunk some myths and uncover some truly surprising insights from, well,
Yeah, from a fantastic source, we dug into Pasted Text, specifically a podcast called the English Health Podcast, their episode titled Simple Habits for a Healthier Life.
and the expert voice guiding us through this is Dr. Maria Kahn. She's got a really refreshing approach to well-being.
And our mission for you today is to pull out the gems, those actionable tips and unexpected takeaways from that conversation. We're talking about small shifts that can lead to big, lasting improvements in your health.
And I think that's what so many of us are looking for, right? Those little changes that we can actually stick with.
Right. So much of the fitness and health world seems to focus on these huge sweeping changes. Like you have to totally overhaul your entire life.
Yeah, and it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
So Dr. Kahn, she starts by addressing a challenge that I think a lot of our listeners can relate to. Fitting in enough activity when you have, well, a desk job. You know, a lot of us are sitting for hours on end.
Right, exactly. It's tough. So what does she say?
Well, her main point is that it's not about those intense workouts necessarily. It's about consistently incorporating small movements throughout your day, almost like a compound effect for your health.
Makes sense. Like it all adds up. What kind of things is she talking about?
Well, simple things like, making sure you're drinking enough water throughout the day.
Hydration, the classic health advice.
Right. It's so important, but it's easy to forget. She also talks about aiming for at least a 30-minute walk each day. Doesn't have to be all at once, but getting those steps in can make a huge difference.
Totally. And I'm guessing sleep is on her list too.
Oh, absolutely. Prioritizing sleep is crucial, she says. But, who doesn't struggle with that?
I know I do. And lastly, I'm betting she touches on stress management.
You bet. Whether it's practicing mindfulness, taking a few minutes for deep breathing, just finding ways to actively de-stress throughout the day can have a huge impact on your overall well-being.
Okay, so this is all great advice, but how do we actually put it into practice? Especially when we're talking about desk jobs, right? We're literally tied to our chairs for most of the day.
And Dr. Kahn acknowledges that. She gives some super practical advice tailored for those of us spending a good chunk of the day at a desk.
Okay, lay it on us. What are her whips?
So first up, she recommends standing up and stretching every hour.
I can see that, just to break up the monotony.
Exactly. And if your workspace allows for it, consider a standing desk, even for just part of the day.
Oh, I've heard those can be helpful.
They can. Also, don't underestimate those short walking breaks.
Yeah, I try to do that a quick lap around the office. Sometimes I even take the stairs a few extra times just to get moving.
Exactly. All of that counts. And she even mentions little movements you can do right at your desk, like leg stretches. Keeps your blood flowing.
Okay, that's helpful. I'm already picturing myself doing some calf raises under my desk.
Simple. And that's the beauty of this whole approach, right?
It really is. It's like it shifts your mindset. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the idea of having to totally change everything, you start to realize, oh, okay, these small actions, a few extra sips of water, a quick stretch, a short walk, they can actually make a difference.
It's about consistency, right? Small efforts, but done consistently over time, can lead to some pretty significant positive changes.
So you're not looking for that drastic overnight transformation. You're building a strong foundation, brick by brick.
Exactly. And because those small habits are so much more manageable, you're more likely to stick with them in the long run. That's a much more sustainable approach.
Okay, so we've covered movement, but I think we need to tackle another big one. Nutrition. And honestly, this is an area where I feel like there's so much conflicting information out there. Low carb, high protein, keto, intermittent fasting, it's enough to make your head spin.
It's true. It's like every week there's a new diet trend. So how do you navigate all of that noise? Well, Dr. Kahn's approach is actually quite simple. Focus on balance, not extremes.
I like that. It's like you don't have to deprive yourself. It's about finding a sustainable way to eat that nourishes your body.
Right. So what does that look like in practice? Dr. Kahn gives a really clear guideline. She recommends aiming to fill about half of your plate with a variety of vegetables.
Yeah.
Make sure you're getting a good mix of colors and nutrients.
Okay, veggies, check. What else?
Then she suggests choosing whole grains over those heavily processed carbs. Think brown rice instead of white rice, whole wheat bread instead of white bread.
Got it. So the whole grains release energy more slowly, keeping you feeling fuller longer, right?
That's the idea. And of course, no balanced meal is complete without protein.
Right. So what's on the menu for protein?
She mentions chicken, fish, beans, tofu, lots of options there. It really comes down to choosing lean protein sources and incorporating them into your meals. And again, it's about moderation and variety.
And I know we can't talk about nutrition without mentioning hydration. It's so fundamental.
Absolutely. Dr. Khan really emphasizes aiming for at least 8 glasses of water each day. And just as important as what you're drinking is what you're not drinking, those sugary drinks.
Yeah, sodas, juices, even those fancy coffee drinks, they can really sabotage your health goals without you even realizing it. Speaking of coffee, though, I know that's one that comes up a lot. What's her take on that daily dose of caffeine?
So she actually has a pretty balanced view on coffee. She acknowledges that it can be okay in moderation, but here's the key. Watch what you add to it. All that sugar and cream can really negate any potential benefits.
I'm guilty of that sometimes.
It's easy to get carried away with those tasty coffee concoctions.
Yeah.
But even more importantly, she points out that if you consistently feel like you need coffee to function, it might be a sign that you're not getting enough sleep or you're not properly hydrated.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, those are the things that should be giving you energy, not caffeine. And, caffeine also has a pretty long half-life, so that afternoon cup could still be affecting your sleep later that night.
So it's all connected.
Exactly.
Now, I think it's time to address another crucial aspect of health, one that's often overlooked, our mental well-being.
And this is where we really see the interconnectedness of our overall health. Dr. Khan stresses that our mental and physical health are deeply intertwined. And just like with physical health, she recommends simple, consistent habits to support mental well-being.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What are some of these habits?
Well, she suggests 3 key practices. First up, cultivating daily gratitude. Take a few minutes each day to write down 3 things you're grateful for.
I've heard that can be really powerful.
It can. It helps shift your focus towards the positive. The second practice is establishing a tech-free wind-down period before bed.
So like no phones or screens for a while before you try to sleep.
Exactly. She recommends at least 30 minutes. The blue light from those devices can actually suppress melatonin production, which is the hormone that helps regulate your sleep cycle.
Ah, so you're messing with your body's natural sleep signals.
Exactly. And lastly, she recommends practicing mindful breathing. Even 5 minutes of focused, deep breathing can do wonders for reducing stress and calming your mind. Mindfulness is all about being present in the moment without judgment.
Okay, those all sound pretty doable, even for busy folks. But speaking of things that can be tough to fit in, sleep is a big one, right? I mean, so many people struggle with getting enough quality sleep.
It's a common problem. And Dr. Khan offers some simple yet effective tips for improving sleep quality. She recommends trying to stick to a consistent sleep schedule as much as possible, even on weekends. Try to go to bed and wake up around the same time to help regulate your body's natural rhythm.
I know that's something I need to work on. I tend to stay up late on weekends, and then I'm totally thrown off come Monday morning.
I hear you. She also talks about the importance of creating a sleep-conducive environment. Dark, cool, and quiet. And of course, being mindful of caffeine intake, avoiding it in the later hours of the day so it doesn't interfere with your sleep.
It all circles back, doesn't it? Hydration, caffeine intake, sleep, they're all intertwined.
Exactly. And when you're well rested, you naturally have more energy and focus throughout the day, which makes it easier to make healthier choices overall.
It's like a positive feedback loop.
Right. And it all starts with those small, manageable habits.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Dr. Khan's insights, what would you say is the most important takeaway for our listeners?
I think it's the power of starting small. Don't try to do everything at once. Just pick one healthy habit and focus on making it a part of your daily routine.
I like that. It's less overwhelming.
Right. It's about progress, not perfection.
Absolutely. And I remember in the podcast, Dr. Khan really encouraged listeners to choose one habit to start implementing today.
She did. Whether it's drinking more water, walking a bit more, or going to bed a little earlier, just pick one thing and commit to it.
And remember, those small steps can lead to big changes over time. It's all about consistency. And that's what we're all about here on The Deep Dive, helping you gain knowledge that you can actually use to improve your life.
So, as you go about your day-to-day, we want to leave you with this thought. Think about all the simple habits we've discussed. Which one resonates most with you? Which one could you realistically start incorporating into your life today?
And how might that one small change, that one seemingly insignificant shift, ripple out and positively impact other areas of your life in ways you might not even expect? It's worth pondering, isn't it?
It definitely is.
So until next time, deep divers, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep striving for a healthier, happier you.
And remember, you've got this one small step at a time.